Our parents died like this past year. My mom, she died of breast cancer, and my dad died of heart failure.
I got a phone call at 5 o'clock in the morning. It was somebody from our church. He had called to tell me that the dad had passed away. And I was like, I was just numb, because we just buried the mom 2 months ago. My whole day was just like, what are we going to do now? Because, it was hard to bury the mom. Now we're thinking how we're going to bury this father, and these kids have, they have nothing. I mean, literally, they have nothing. So we go there, and we just tell them to get in the car, and, it's like, what do? You just look at these kids, they don't know what to do, and, they're looking at us, we're looking at them, and he tells them, get in the car, we bring them over here, and the rest is history.
When the Higgins moved in, it was hard at first. Like, there was no space.
When we took him in, I was in shock, like, oh, wow, a small place.
And, like, you, like, rolled over, you, like, hit somebody, and, like, man, you're like, man.
Sleep at, how are we going to provide for them, buy things for them. But really, I didn't think too much because, they're in a better home.
He's done a really, really good job.
Bus driver, move that bus!
When this opportunity presented itself, the City Council said, do whatever it takes, participate with and be an active part of the development team with ABC and with Part E. Make this happen. It's just the right thing to do.
This is our third meeting of this size. We brought all the trades in that will be participating in the project. And the idea today is to create a comfort level, make sure we all have a clear understanding of what we're trying to accomplish, go over our process map, and give them an opportunity to speak up and let us know what concerns they have and what we can do to help them make a successful project.
We approach all the subs and at the meetings, had them give us your time. How much time is it going to take you to do these activities based on the preliminary plan? And then we had to take that, myself and some of the Part E people, crunch that down and put it into the same sequence. It's the same sequence that we would build a regular house with, but we just had to stack everyone up and break it into these 15-minute increments.
The person that does carry this PDA around, the project manager at that time, will have a hour by hour of what's supposed to be delivered on a job site. Alarm will go off 15 minutes before the task is supposed to happen, and will alert the person to call and make sure everything's on schedule.
Our best to date schedule on a model house, usually 3 houses, the roof sheeting usually takes us about 7.5 to 9 days. So doing it in 8 hours is going to be an extremely new experience for us, so this is extreme.
Originally we thought 13 hours, but we've narrowed it down to hopefully 6 hours. We're going to have that house completely demoed.
I want to make sure that we get everything done on time and have enough manpower and proper planning to pull this thing off without any glitches.
But the same is true on the marketing side, and we want to be able to give these subcontractors the visibility that they deserve. Being able to manage the website and the publicity and the public officials that are going to come and watch the build, and the other VIPs are going to be part of it.
There's a lot to do. We're feeling more comfortable. Logistics are the key to this thing because of the confined space we're going to be in on the street we're working on. We won't be able to stage on site. We're going to be 7 miles away.
We've been very fortunate in that we've had a developer in the city of Santa Fe Springs donate to us for the past 2 weeks the use of this industrial warehouse in Santa Fe Springs. It's 173,000 square feet that they've made available for us to use this week in order to stage our products and our materials and get our panelization underway. We really couldn't do this kind of a special event without the cooperation, the collaboration that's come from our parent company, Weyerhaeuser, and our sister company, Truss Joist. For floor beams and headers, we're using Truss Joist Timber Strand product. You can see it right here. And on our floor decking, we're using the Weyerhaeuser Structure Wood product, Structure Wood Gold. And last, we have the TJ Shear panel, which is a wonderfully designed engineered wood product that allows us to put up a shear panel using just 1 or 2 men in a very short period of time.
The framing that was on the walls, all that framing now has been taken down and palletized. They've all been numbered as according to how they're going to go in the plan. And they'll be offloaded from a Pettibone, which is a forklift. It's part of like a big erector set. It's going to come off in pieces and go together in a master plan.
You can see them pre-painting some interior materials for shelving. We're also pre-painting doors, window casings, baseboard and crown molding and other pieces of trim material before we install it.
We decided to take this warehouse and do some prep work on our landscape side of it. The architectural side of it did their stuff, and we want to take and do some things here so that we're not making changes out in the field.
Thousands of hours of planning, but we only have 106 hours to execute it.
But it is the most incredible team-building opportunity that a company can go through.
You have to really trust that your counterparts are doing what they're doing, because you don't have time to go verify to make sure it's getting done. So I do see the team growing stronger and becoming closer daily.
It feels like it's a countdown to a rocket, soaring in the air to probably one of the most ambitious and exciting projects we've ever done.
This morning's a knock on the door. It's excitement. That's when the homeowner's going to finally realize for sure that they're going to get a new home.
Good morning, Leonidi family!
When we talked about doing this 6 months ago, it was just a dream, kind of an opportunity to maybe show off the company and the kinds of things that we can do really well. And I was driving here this morning, and I just couldn't believe that it was finally our day to do
it. Such a nice family, and when you meet them all together, they just seem like one big family. You don't think Higgins and Leonides anymore. I'm just very excited now to get started on the house and just bring them home to something really, really wonderful.
One of the things I love to do every year is to challenge the company with a special project.
We may not be the biggest home builder, but I know that you all know that today and every other day of the year you are the very best. And this is your chance to show it to the world and take Pardee to a new level.
We have planned this for weeks, and yesterday people were very edgy and they're ready to go. And this morning you can feel the energy.
I've got the crews on standby, ready to go.
We've got a subtropical depression coming in. We're going to start getting between 1 and 3 inches of rain falling as hard as a ½ an inch an hour at some point.
Does everybody have a tool in their hand? What's your tool tonight? You gotta keep those tools up.
Are we ready to go?
Yeah!
Got to tear the house down. We're on our way. This job is pretty tough because of the clearances on the sidewalls.
It's going down pretty good.
I think this is the greatest thing there is.
Well, right now we're just trying to get the lot blue top so we can start doing our layout and start trenching.
This rain right now hasn't really created any challenges other than the fact it's a little wet.
The concrete that we're going to be pouring here is a very specialized mix. It'll set up in a couple hours. Got our reinforcement all in. Poetry in motion.
Well, we're using Weyerhaeuser wood products, and the fun thing that we're involved in here is that we're using some of the latest technology.
Working together as a team and a family
with the Pardee organization, with the Weyerhaeuser Wood Products, has been extremely beneficial.
Well, I'm glad that Pardee had the opportunity to take on this project because, first of all, you've had a great deal of experience at working on short time cycles. Your expertise in home building in general is well noted, not only in the company but in your industry. More that we can work in a synergistic effect with each of our divisions, each of our companies, the better off we're going to be.
We're doing very well with this project. A lot of good people put a lot of thought into it. Our subcontractors did very, very well.
Everybody's pulling their weight. Everyone's doing a great job. They're staying in their zone. That's all that matters. It's a big team effort.
One of the things you don't see behind the scenes is the trade center, the 175,000 square foot warehouse where we've got everybody coming in. It's our point of embarkation. They check in, they get a wristband that they wear, that gets them access to the site, they get their color-coded hard hats, they get their Makeover Home Edition t-shirts, they go play some games, they watch the program on the closed circuit TV.
The technology is state-of-the-art. Basically, we're taking the events that are taking place here and transferring that live via satellite to the trade building. The trades, the plumbers, electricians, they can see what's going on.
We've been serving around the clock 4 meals a day, and in between there we have fruits and things that they can have.
Anytime that they have any problems or they're wet, they're given another t-shirt because we want them to be comfortable when they're working.
We've had everybody from every level, new, people that have been here for 25 years, senior VPs. My phone doesn't stop ringing. People have been calling, do you need help? Whatever you want us to do. We'll move trash cans, we'll check people in. They've been working long hours too.
Well, right now we're waiting for them to take all these floor pieces and set them up on top of the first floor. We're going to run like wild maniacs. There'll be foam coming out of the mouth. The eyes will be all bloodshot. They'll be yelling and screaming. It's going to be crazy.
We take engineered eye joists and break them into manageable panel sizes. Once we have it fabricated, we load it on the truck, hook up to it, and fly it right onto the structure.
My guys are doing a great job. They're out here a lot longer than we anticipated. We stayed here all night last night. Everybody decided just to jump in on the first floor and help out rather than just waiting for the second floor.
This is pretty exciting for a construction man.
We had a lot of rain last night. It started about 9:30. By 1 o'clock we had thunder, we had lightning, we had to bring our crane down, we had to get everybody off the house, out of the house. We were trying to do some electrical work. GFIs were popping. Potentially really unsafe conditions.
Standing right here, you could not even see the house. So we just shut it down. I mean, it was just way unsafe. The schedule is something that's not even an issue right now. It's safety.
I've been in Southern California 55 years. I've lived in Santa Fe Springs 50 years. And I have never seen it rain as continuously as it has rained.
We really had to just step back, stop, calm down, regroup, get Randy and Ralph together with our team leaders, back up and say, where are we on every one of these steps and how are we going to get going again?
We lost about a total of about 20 hours, 22 hours. We had a lot of weather, and even after we started back up under the schedule, we had to pull the guys down, go up. So we adjusted duration, so that gave us more time to complete things.
Look how much time you've picked up. It is amazing. It is amazing. Nobody can believe it.
Go, 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 go!
Right now, we're back on schedule. We're picking up a lot of time. You can see a lot of people working on the outside. What you can't see is the back of the house is further along than the front of the house. We've got a little bit better access back there, and we've got people just practically on top of each other on the inside doing a lot of work too.
Everybody's making up a lot of lost time on this finish end, which is typically with construction the end that you can't really speed up on.
We regrouped, we got all excited, and since then it's really been controlled chaos inside and outside of this house.
Signing this off will allow us to go ahead and wrap the house.
That's right.
On the exterior.
All of your exterior finish, you can start putting it on.
That's great.
I don't have to look over anybody's shoulder, nor my own. It's really going together very professionally.
Yesterday we've got our drywall in. We're texturing both first and second floor. We're putting appliances in downstairs. We've got our trim downstairs. We're going to move the guys upstairs as soon as it's clear. So we're rocking.
After the first day and a half and all the weather changes, we really have picked it up. We've been on schedule ever since, and we're going to come in on this thing. Not going to have any problem. We'll get it completed.
The weather's kind of a little damp, but it could be worse.
Everything's coming together. It's looking real good right now.
No, I'm not done yet.
The rain might be a little not what they wanted, and looks like all they have to do is put some plants in.
Scaffolding is always the big thing with landscaping. Scaffolding, if it doesn't come down, it's hard for us to do anything. But it now is all down around the back of the house. And our guys are showing up now, so we're ready to go in the rain.
I'm ecstatic. I mean, we're out here sitting in the rain, haven't slept in 24 hours, but, you know, there's no place else I'd rather be.
We're really excited. These guys are working hard, and, you know, the morale's so high. We want to do it for the family.
The guys work through all the bad weather, so even when it's pouring down, you know, they're out here in the street moving tractors and making sure nobody gets run over.
This is the biggest bonding exercise I've ever seen in my life. These guys are bonded like no tomorrow. They will do anything for one another.
Really remarkable how that even in all this rain, we still do it, we still laugh. I mean, what more can you do?
And struggles, trials, tribulations, trying to get this thing done, looking for a sign, and I think we got it behind me. We got a rainbow. It's the day the family moves in. It's a beehive of activity in there. We've got our people doing touch-up, a little bit of trim work still, trying to get the last pieces in place as the family comes home in about 3.5 hours. And we're excited to see what they think of their new house.
A big house doesn't have to be a hungry house. If it's well designed and energy efficient.
Pardee, working with my company ConSol, has spent a lot of effort to make this house super energy efficient, but also super comfortable.
We incorporated our Living Smart program into this home, and we did it in a big way.
Start with the roof. The roof has radiant barrier. It's basically aluminum foil on the bottom side of the roof that makes it so that when the sunshine comes down, it hits that and reflects back, keeping the attic cooler.
3.0 kW roof integrated solar systems. So this is not panels that are mounted on top of the roof. These are panels that actually blend into the roof design.
One of the things we've done here is we've taken an underutilized asset of the house, the roof, and we've turned it into a functioning, valuable asset that'll create power for this home.
Solar modules are on the roof,
they're going to change sunlight into DC electricity. These are going to convert the DC electricity into standard household AC electricity.
There's a lot of insulation in the attic. There's also ductwork in the attic that's insulated, has radiant barrier on it. But the ductwork is buried in the insulation.
We'll have a tankless hot water heater. In fact, it'll have 3 tankless hot water heaters. Tankless hot water heaters are very helpful because you can have continuous hot water, but you're not going to waste energy by keeping tanks warm 24 hours a day.
It also has a thing called a smart vent. And the smart vent makes it so that on those summer days when it's hot in the daytime and cool in the evening, we can bring in the cool outside air to cool the house instead of having to use the air conditioner itself.
We'll have high performance glass. Of course, we've been using this for quite a long time in Pardee.
That's called low E. It's actually treated with a sputter coat of metal oxide on the glass itself to filter out the ultraviolet. Really, it's smart glass. It actually helps. We want to keep the hot air on the inside in the wintertime, and we want to keep the cool air on the inside in the summertime.
The house has a 4-zone heating and cooling system, so that if one place needs more heat or cool than the other, it'll direct more of the heat or cooled air to that area than where you don't need it.
I'm here today to recognize Pardee Homes for third consecutive year being Partner of the Year. 2 major things that Pardee is doing to be a leader in the energy efficient construction portion of the industry. First is incorporating the latest and best technologies to make their homes really energy efficient. The second thing they're doing that's so important is they educate their buyers so effectively. When you buy a Pardee home, you really know why the home's different, why it's special, and that's really important if we want the American public to know to ask for these better homes.
On behalf of the California Energy Commission, I want to thank Pardee Homes and you two personally for all of the work that you've done. I think that you're making the energy efficiency in homes become something that people can understand and actually look forward to.
Mike, we're so proud of Pardee Homes, and once again, for the 3rd year, you've won an Energy Value Housing Award, and you're showing the nation how to build more energy efficient homes, smarter homes, and great homes for people to live in. So congratulations.
Thank you so much.
We have an opportunity here to promote the protection of our natural resources, and that's where Metropolitan really wants to partner with home builders that use that as their priority towards water efficient home design.
We decided to use all drought tolerant and native plant material in the front, and we wanted to showcase this in a way that really is beautiful.
It has a fantastic irrigation controller. It's a satellite-based, weather-based control system so that the irrigation system itself will know what the weather is and will not water when it's not necessary.
If we can get other people to look at what Pardee has done here and look at the California-friendly landscape ideas that we've come up with, we can reduce by 50% the usage of the water in that home.
Our challenge was to do a big house that would look small in the neighborhood. Knowing that we had just the 5 days to build it in, we tried to design a house that would piece together simply. We kind of came up with the idea of doing an American cottage house. We knew we needed about a 4,300 square foot house to accomplish the goals of 9 bedrooms and 6 baths, which is what the family needed.
Really 2 things that you've got to consider here in doing this type of a project. We're not only designing a house for this family, but we're designing a set design for this TV show. And they have certain issues that they want to see. They like to see a wide span through the house to just pan through so you get large angles.
The idea was also in the living areas to give them as big an open space as possible so that they can interact together and sit down as a family for dinner.
So it was all about creating an experience that started inside but that ended outside. We wanted those spaces to come together, and that was a key principle in designing this house, and we think we've achieved it. We're very excited.
We're about a half an hour away from giving this house to the luckiest people in California.
Welcome home, Higgins family. Welcome home, Leonides
I've seen the house inside, so you're gonna freak out when you see that house. Let me tell you something, every single room is a spectacle.
When you see how large this place is, you might be a little intimidated about thinking, how are we going to manage all this? So on behalf of Pardee Home Loans, we're happy to be able to say to you as our gift, we're paying off your mortgage.
Awesome, man. You don't find this anywhere. People that don't even know you and stuff, and they come build your home and then turn around and pay it off.
To go through everything we went through to build this house and see them come back, I mean, it was thrilling to the whole team.
We'll never know all the people that took the time to come out, and you know, our hearts go out to you guys because we knew it was raining.
You know, there are good people like that, but you rarely find people that'll just do that for a family that's really needing.
And I'm proud of all the subcontractors that I work with on this project. It meant a lot to me, working hand in hand with them guys.
It's a very deserving family, and I know all of us at Pardee feel great about doing our thing to help them with a better life.
The opportunity to do something for a family that's had some rough times is a great feeling.
Something Pardee does. We want to give back as much as we get. We've had extremely good years the last few years, and a project like this come along and we just couldn't pass it up.
I just have to think there's something in the human spirit that really wants to do something good. And I feel that that same human spirit and that feeling of doing something good is just runs throughout Pardee. I hope as the family grows here and thrives here, you know, I just hope that all good things come to them and in this new life.
They're going to grow up one day. They're going to become young adults, and you know, maybe they're going to remember, and hopefully they remember and they give back. I just want to say thank you.
Thank God that they got people like that still.
A lot of times at night we'll sit outside and just enjoy the home that Pardee Homes built for us, and we can never repay.
The only simple word that comes to mind is thank you so much from like the bottom of all our hearts.
Thank you, Pardee Homes. Thank you so much. Thank you. Just ain't enough for us to say. We kind of want you guys to feel it.
Pardee Homes not only made us happy, you know, they made 8 kids happy.
Oh, yes.
Welcome.
Enjoy it. Have a great life.
It's been an experience that I'll never forget. It certainly has taught me a lot as far as teamwork and everybody working together. And can't wait to do another one.
I was holding my breath because I knew that if it rained too hard, our paint would run, and that was my biggest concern as we were waiting for the family to get back. Is the paint going to stay on there if it rains? And it did stay on, and everything came together, and the family looked like they were bedazzled by the house, and that really put a lot of warmth and gratitude into our hearts. So it was a great day. It turned out to be a fabulous day.
We're so grateful to all these contractors out there that have been working, you know, in the middle of the night in the rain, pouring rain, and we're here to witness it.
As usual, my hair is going to be a wreck. One day, I just want one day of good hair.
Yeah, my construction buddies.
Love now construction.
I wish I could do every project with your team. You guys are outstanding. Great compliment.
I think the Leonides and the Higgins have become part of the Pardee family.
I think the part that struck me the most, though, was to see Mike walk up and shake their hands, and just carried with him the heart and soul of all of Pardee.
I've never seen people rally around and still work with such enthusiasm as all of you guys. And I'm talking from people at the very top in Pardee, the management, all the way down to the people that were sweeping the sidewalk yesterday before the family came home. It's been very, very pleasurable for me to work with a load of people that are here for the greater cause, which is to give 11 people a home that they can all call home.
I like the thing about the house. It's just, I think my room is cool. It's good, like, finally, what I want to get the fight to the house. Stuff like that. Nice place where we all get together. The kitchen, it's like 20 feet long. 10 chairs. So I spent a lot of time right here. All my meals. We sit right there and sit down and eat, and just like take it to the TV, how to get up, and then the refrigerator is right there, and just be joking, opening it. Or just call Jeremiah can get a cup of water. We've seen it with all of other producers and other designers, but without party homes, I don't think they could have done it. That's what I think.
I go across the street and my neighbors all the time, every day, every night. Just turn around and look at the house.
He's horrible because he'll go stand across the street like with all the people and pretend that he's just a looky-loo like everybody else. And, you know, and he's like, yeah, that's a nice house. And we're all over here watching him. He's just drinking his coffee and he's like, what are you doing? He goes, oh, I'm just listening to everybody's comments and stuff. And he walks in the house and everybody's like looking at him like, oh, he lives there. He's horrible.
Without you guys, we ain't got a show. So thank you, thank you, thank you.